Hi all, good morning. I'm PK. Today we are going to look at logical operators AND, OR, and NOT. We have seen this program in our previous lesson, which prints either pass or fail based on the value that we enter into this marks variable. Now let's try to take marks of two subjects and check whether the result is pass or fail. I'm taking two variables ENG marks and MAT marks to store English and Maths marks. Here, if you observe carefully, I have given M in uppercase. C language is case sensitive. That means it differentiates between capital letters and small letters. So if you give M in uppercase here, when you declare the variable, you should use the same case wherever you use the variable at later stage of this program. Next, we are clearing the screen, printing enter English and Maths marks, and then we are taking input from the keyboard. We are taking two inputs, that's why I have given 2% T's. We are storing the numbers into ENG marks and MAT marks. Now, if you want to print pass, what should be the condition? Here again, I am taking 35 as pass mark. If you want to print pass, you should get pass mark in both English and Maths marks. For that, we have to write condition like English marks greater than or equal to 35, and if we use two ampersand symbols, it is called AND operator. Then Maths marks is greater than or equal to 35. If we use this ampersand symbol twice, we call this as AND operator. It comes to this if block only if both the conditions are satisfied. Let's take an example. Here, if you give 50 in English marks and 75 in Maths marks, if you look at this, 50 is greater than or equal to 35. So this condition is true. And Maths is greater than or equal to 35. This condition is also true. So as both these conditions are true, it comes to this if block and prints pass. Then it goes to the done statement. Now let's take another example. Let's keep this English marks as 50 and I'm changing this to 15. Here 50 is greater than or equal to 35. This condition is true, whereas Maths is greater than or equal to 35 condition is false. So it will not go to this if block. It will go to this if block only if both the conditions are true. Here this condition is not true, that's why it comes to the else block and prints fail. In this case, the first condition English marks greater than or equal to 35 is false, whereas Maths marks 45 is greater than or equal to 35 is true. But not both of them are true. It again goes to the else block and prints fail, which is correct. Now let's try to change both the conditions. Both the conditions are false. 10 is greater than or equal to 35 is false, and 15 is greater than or equal to 35 is false. So it directly comes to this else block and prints fail. Now let's try to run this and see the result. I'm deleting these values. $50 space 60 pass. Next 78 23, this should be fail. And next 10 and 90, this should be also fail. 5 and 7, I have given space, fail. So AND operator executes the if block only if both the conditions are satisfied. Let's look at one more example. In this program, we have written pass condition marks greater than or equal to 35. That's why we are printing pass in the if block. Let's try to change this to fail condition. In fail condition, we should write less than 35. Can we include equal to here? No, because 35 is the pass mark. As we have changed the condition here, we should also change the print messages accordingly. So here we have given fail condition, so it should execute this if block and print fail. Otherwise, it has to display pass. Simple, right? So if you enter some 80 marks, 80 is less than 35 is not true. That's why it goes to this else block and prints pass. If you give 10, 10 is less than 35, this condition is true, then it goes to this if block and prints fail, which is correct. Let's try to execute this. 75 pass, 20 fail. Let's try to make the similar change in the other program where we have taken 2 marks, one for English and one for maths. In this program, we have taken 2 variables, English marks and maths marks, and here we have given pass condition. So let's try to change this to fail condition like we have done in our previous example. English marks less than 35 and maths marks less than 35. Then it has to display fail. This pass. We have changed only these two, right? The condition and the display message. Now let's try to execute and see if it is giving correct results as per our expectation. Pressing Ctrl F9. 80 and 90. What should it display? Pass mark is 35, so it display pass. Pass, right? And let's try to execute same program again. This time I am giving 12 and 15. What should it display? Fail, right? Fail. So is this program correct? Let's try to run one more time, and this time I am giving 45 and 12. Now what it should display? It should display fail, right? Because we have given fail marks in maths. See, it is displaying pass. Let's try to execute one more time. This time I'll give 15 to English and 99 to maths. Again it is displaying pass. So it is giving wrong results. So let's try to see why it is giving this wrong result. Here when we give 50 to English and 60 to maths, it checks for this condition. 50 is less than 35 is false and maths is less than is 35 is false. Then it goes to the print statement because both the statements are false. Here if I give 10 in English and 6 in maths, here 10 is less than 35, true. Maths is less than is 35, true. Then it comes to the, if both the conditions are satisfied, then it comes to the if block, then it prints fail, right? Now in this case actually we got wrong result because we know that logical AND operator goes to this if block only if both the conditions are satisfied. In this case only one of these conditions are true, then it goes to the else block. So the condition that we have written is wrong. If a student has to pass, he should pass in both the subjects, whereas he fails if he gets fail marks in any of the subjects, either English or maths. So here what we are using is wrong. When we are giving fail condition, it should print fail either he fails in English or maths. So instead of using AND operator here, we have to use OR operator. We have to use two pipe symbols. You can see this above the enter button. So it executes this if block if either the first condition is satisfied or the second condition is satisfied. If both the conditions are not satisfied, then only it goes to the else block. Let's try to see with some sample numbers. In this case, 50 is less than 35 is false and 60 is less than 35 is false. So both the conditions are false, then only it goes to the else condition, which is correct. If I change English marks to 10, 10 is less than 35. As we know, either of this condition is satisfied, then it goes to the if block. As first condition 10 is less than 35 is true, it comes to this fail. If the first condition is true, it need not check for the other condition. It can directly come to the if block. If I change the marks like this, if 70 is less than 35 is false, then it will go to the next condition to check if that condition is true or false. 10 is less than 35, which is true. So if one of these two conditions are true, it comes to this if block. Let's try to execute and see the results. 80, 90, pass, and next 12, 20, fail. And now let's try to pass first subject and fail second subject. Now we got fail. Again 10 and 90, fail. So what is the difference between the AND and the OR operators? AND executes the if block only if both the conditions are true, whereas OR operator executes if any of those conditions are true. Here we have taken only 2 marks. You can also take more than 2 variables and can use AND and OR operator as per your requirement. Let's look at this another simple program to demonstrate not logical operator. Here I have taken one variable a, assigned 10 to a, and here I am checking if a is equal to 10. In this case, a has 10, so it should print 10. Let's check. Yes. If I change the program like this, not operator, it gives us the opposite result of the condition. As a is equal to 10 condition is true, it converts that true to false, then it goes to the else block. Now it displays no. Right? Now let me delete this. If we change the condition to a is equal to 5, as the condition is not true, it goes to else block and it displays no. Let's try to run. No. Now if you want to get the opposite of this, just use exclamatory mark and within this open and closing braces. A is equal to 5 is false. As we have given not operator, it converts this false condition to true. Let's try to run the program. Yes. Thank you. See you in next lesson with another interesting topic, loops.